Hello, my name is Tobin Knight. This video is about water, and specifically about a company called Angel Water that's outside Chicago. Let me just back up. I drink a lot of water, a great deal actually. It's kind of funny when I go to dinner with friends sometimes, they're like, he's going to need his own pitcher of water. But a couple of things I've learned about water is when you have really cold water, it numbs your taste buds, so you don't taste maybe the metal and the other things that are in water. I had the ability at the time to buy from Costco one of their vendors, and one of the vendors is Angel Water. Now, really quickly, when you buy from Costco, they've vetted their vendors. They vetted everything a great deal. So you pretty much are walking in knowing that they've checked it out. They've checked out the whole company, the reviews, and so forth. So it's a little bit like Amazon. A really quick story. About 20 years ago, I bought from Costco. I bought the Kirkland luggage. And at the time I learned it was made by Tumi, which is pretty much the best. I paid maybe $150. It was about a $300, $400 piece of big luggage. And now they don't even offer Kirkland, which is their signature brand. They don't offer luggage anymore. The reason I'm saying this is they won't offer it unless it's the best. The president, the founder of Costco, is just that smart, and he knows not to have headaches. So what I'm getting at is when I buy stuff, when I go to Costco and I look at their vendors, they've been vetted. They don't even make much money on this from Costco's standpoint. They want to provide the best price from their vendors and so forth, so they really don't mark it up really at all. The item that I bought, the filtration system, was the top of the line that I could get from this company, Angel Water. The thing about Costco is the only knock you could possibly have is maybe it's the best, it's too good, it's the best of the best, so it's a little more expensive. But in this case, the price that they gave me with the discount from Costco made it worthwhile. It was a overall good price. They threw in all the bells and whistles, and I didn't really realize all of the benefits that I was purchasing. But the people at Angel Water are good people. They were nice to me. The president, his name's Andrew Wilson. I got to speak with him briefly. Very knowledgeable. I looked into him a little bit. He had a healthcare background, which I respect. My mom was in that. And then also he's trying to help other countries and people in need with some of the profits that he makes, which I really respect. I didn't know a lot about water. Lead is in most water, almost all water has some lead in it. And no lead is good. There's no acceptable amount of lead. It all has ramifications to some degree. You've got seizures, mental issues, hearing loss, learning, I'm just reading it, reading issues. I have a reading disability. It takes me a long time to read. It could have been brought on, potentially from what I've read, from lead in water. So there's a lot of things going on that I didn't know about. Arsenic. Arsenic's only in about 10% of water, they say. That's not good at all. You got chlorine. The big one on chlorine is they throw so much chlorine because it kills bacteria. Now, I didn't know this at all, but when you take a shower or a bath, okay, you're gaining about a half a pound to a pound. What are you gaining? You're basically gaining that water, but what's in the water? I didn't know this. As soon as I heard this, I stepped up and bought the system for the whole house. Now, I don't have that big of a house, but it makes sense. I didn't want my daughter or me to be in water that was potentially polluted to the point that it seeps into our body. This is a big thing for me. It was a huge selling point when I heard that one. You've got arsenic, as mentioned, asbestos. They've got the PFAS, which I did a little research before I did this video. They don't break down. The chemicals just don't break down. I think they put it, some of it in like for when you cook cookware, so it's non-stick. This stuff just doesn't go away. What else was I going to say? When you look at buying water from the store, you have to lug it around. It's in the end, in a week or a month, you're hundreds of pounds of water you're putting in your car, and you're moving it around. It just opens up the door for having a back problem or just injuries by moving that much water around. When you look at the cost, I would get 5-pound jugs of water, like 10 of them every 2 weeks. I'd have to hide them in the house. I'd put them in the garage, and then it would freeze. It was a big issue, just moving the stuff around the house. I get like 10 of them. So the two things too, when you look at the cost, you can save a little money maybe buying the water that way, but you're still bathing in it. And also, when you look at the cost per day and what you're consuming, typically a family is consuming of water on a monthly basis, it's pretty close to buy a system. Now, the other thing I want to say about the systems, you don't have to get the Rolls-Royce system. You can get other systems that they have that do a pretty good job. So they have different options for you. This has been a long video. It's about 6-7 minutes here. I'll wrap it up. I just want to say, get your water tested. Don't believe me. Have it tested. Angel Water in Chicago will test it. They have test kits. You can buy your own test kit. And really quickly, if you're in somewhere outside Chicago and Angel Water can't help you, they'll tell you where you are to get a system that's similar to what they sell. The system I have, it does a number of things. It's got pH balance. I mean, the only way I could get cleaner water, I'm told, is if I get a boiler. And the man said you'd have to build the house around the boiler. So I have the cleanest water that you can pretty much get. I drink it a lot. Now, so I would say look into it. Google this stuff. Find out about this and look at your water source, where you're getting the water. And see, a lot of people think, well, the water doesn't taste bad, so it's not so bad for me. Like Chicago water. Well, a lot of water, you don't taste it because the chemicals don't have a taste. I didn't know that. So there's a lot of issues where you're thinking that the water's not so bad, where it is bad. Also, the government, don't trust the government so much. I mean, the tests that they do and the standards are kind of a joke if you read different opinions and people. So I encourage you to look into this. Google, find out for yourself this information, and then you make a decision that makes sense for you and your family. I wish you the very best, and wherever you are, take care. I hope this was informative. It's kind of a review, and I hope I helped. Take care.